So I did a little thing off camera, and I decided to go ahead and play this game a little bit on the NES and on the SNES. And basically, I just played Mario 2 a little bit off camera on various vehicles in order to try and feel how differently the controls are. And I've come to the conclusion that while this game does do almost everything about level design and about, like, the presentation of the gameplay better, or excuse me, the core gameplay better, the presentation of the gameplay is just worse in every way. Like, top to bottom. And this sounds familiar to me personally, because I've experienced this exact same syndrome before. With Final Fantasy VI on the GBA. Now, what I do not know is there just something wrong with my GBA emulator? Or is this just something wrong with the GBA? Like, we've talked about the DS and how it's honestly a pretty legit handheld, and we've talked about the 3DS and how it's a very legit handheld. But the GBA... Yeah, no, the controls, it's kind of ephemeral. The controls just sort of feel off. A little bit too delay-y, a little bit too losing input, a little bit too, like, stuttery for what it should be. Like, it should be feel butter smooth. And at first I thought it was just myself, but the thing is, I have independently tested this twice. First of all, with FF6, one of the first things I did upon finishing the FF6 review series, if you remember, which we played the GBA version for, was I picked up the SNES version, immediately started playing it, and was just gobsmacked by how much smoother it played. And that was just, honestly, confusing to me. And then, yesterday, when I played this version, in fact, just to really emphasize this point, the specific version I first played was the Switch version. You know, the one that we were having so many issues with the lost levels. Smooth as butter. Didn't have to reload. No usage of save states. No nothing. So yeah, so what I started thinking was like, okay, how many other games have we played on the GBA? And the answer is almost none. There's FF4, 5, well, there's FF5 and FF6. And, there's this. And that's kind of it, because when we played Mega Man Zero 1 through 4, we played those on the collection version. Remember that? Oh, God dang it. And we're good. Please don't put me in that same room. I hate this room so much. This is just our lives now. We're just stuck in this stupid room. Sorry, Ect. I have no plans to, no. Well, I was about to say, so not that I would ever use an emulator for playing the GBA game. That's total craziness. But if I were to do so, I would use Visual Boy Advance. M, specifically. And the thing is, that's always worked well for me in the past, historically, except for the instances we just talked about. So now it's like, I even updated just to make sure, and no change. The problem here is I'm not 100% sure where my SP is. Because I have an SP that still works even. Are you joking me? You saw that, right? They can't... I'm never going to get past this screen. This is my life now. I'm never going to get past this one screen. This game is so terrible. I mean, then again, we did have issues with lost levels on the Switch version of All-Stars. But again, to reiterate, I had absolutely no issues with the Switch version of All-Stars for Mario 2. So, like, I have no idea what's going on at this point. And yeah, I just keep having weird issues with this particular run. Like, I keep dying very, very quickly and easily to things I probably shouldn't be. That was happening early on, too. Like, very, very early, I got into one of the underground sections, and I just got stuck there for several minutes, and that's just confusing. Because while this is, you know, as frustrating a game as it is, it shouldn't be like that, you know? And obviously the easy answer is just, oh, well, you just suck, Laura. And, I mean, sure, that's an answer. It doesn't really answer what's going on here. Now, we do know that they changed quite a bit of the game for the GBA version. So it is entirely possible this is just an issue with the GBA version of the game. That's something that this could be. It could also be that I've just had a stroke and can't make a very, very simple jump. What the hell, game? Sorry, I had a stroke. And got killed off by something that's off screen.
Choose a player.
I think I'm going to double up that camera negative, because it's really common, especially on the vertical levels, where I literally can't see the enemy coming, and so I die to something that I can't see coming. That's not really what I would consider good game design. Generally. Just... Yeah, sometimes I notice it doesn't even go up and down when it's supposed to, too. A wonderful act. I can't wait to play Rain World and to give it multiple negatives for this frickin' camera issue. That is the life right there. Giving negatives to game for camera. Because there's only one type of game you ever talk about, Act, when it comes to, you know, being like, oh god, there's this future game that's gonna suck, and it's always Rain World. See, that time the camera panned up a bit so I could see that Bob-omb coming, but it was also only one Bob-omb this time, instead of two, so I don't even know what the hell's going on at this point. But, okay, now it's two Bob-ombs. The camera run. That's the real reason right there. I mean, I might as well be getting lives back while I'm here, right? It could have been PMD, but the odds of PMD even having that issue are very low. I mean, be honest. Like, I'm not even sure what would be required for PMD to have that issue. Well, that's terrible. So now that I'm dead, because I'm about to fight an enemy I can barely see, with the POW block, that actually worked. Holy crap. The problem is there's another one. It hasn't spawned yet. Okay. You know, honestly, that could be it, Yura. I am very, very used to 60 FPS. I'm never getting past this screen. I'm never getting past this screen. This is so stupid. I have been stuck on this screen since yesterday. But yeah, the 60 FPS thing might be it by itself. I hadn't even thought about that. Yeah, I don't want to be FPS elitist, but my brain is far more focused on 60. Like, I'm just used to 60 FPS, you know what I mean? And again, it could just be that I suck. Couldn't jump quickly enough. That's a good question, because, yeah, the cheat flag is obviously more important than doing this game without cheats. It's funny you say that, Taliazed, because if you remember, a lot of the stages I had issues with on earlier was when I was playing around at people other than Peach. So when I played the SNES version and the NES version of this game, I just played as Peach and absolutely destroyed everything, effortlessly and first try. Because, you know, Peach is who I'm good at in this game. She's who I have experience with. From a purely personal perspective, too. For the longest time, I have mentally insisted that FF6 Advance is the superior version of FF6. I hate to keep coming back to that, but after reviewing it, you know, I'm not sure if that's true anymore. Even though the SNES version has an objectively worse translation, it just played so much better, right? I hate to keep hammering that point in, but that was just weird to me. It's exactly the reason why I suggested adding FF6 SNES to the list for a comparison review. And then you guys funded it in like a week. Yeah, it also looks and sounds better, so it plays smoother. I just farm lives here. And so you've got smoother gameplay, looks better, sounds better, feels better. So yeah, I did too, Taliazid, which is why I've never actually tried doing this until now. And I was like, you know what? Since I'm having issues. Yeah, I usually pretty much do Princess only, with the exception of playing Luigi on stage 1-2. I admit I'm one of those people who usually doesn't even notice censorships. That was just whatever to me. But then again, I was told today that FF6 has a terrible story. Okay, so that sucks. Best part is there's functionally nothing I can do about that. I'm just gonna have to live with it. Go up! Please! Camera. Camera. Okay, we have gotten past that screen. Freaking finally. Really? That's where you're giving me a heart? God damn it. I look away from the screen for 1 second. Trying to figure out what people are talking about. Immediately get hit by something.
I'm gonna finish you off.
Birdo, can we talk? Birdo? Birdo. That's true. I have detachment and loathing from my chat. Mwahaha. So I think they should have done a different remake other than FF7. Yes, absolutely. The problem here is, I mean, have you ever noticed the trend? I mean, Vulgarity already said it in chat, but to be very clear about this, the games that get remakes are the games that are popular because they want them to sell, not because they want to remake the game. Now, to be clear, several creative types do want to remake their games, but I go into business meetings and say, hey, I want to do a proper remake of Final Fantasy VIII. They're going to look at me and laugh. They're going to point to sales figures. Oh, okay. Loggerhead.
You'll make a tasty treat.
It's immediate suicide.
Choose a player.
FF8 sold a lot at the time. How much has it sold since then? This is one of the harder bosses for me because this is when physics get physicsy. Yeah, cool. But you get my point. Like, games that need remakes tend to not get remakes. There are very few exceptions to that rule. If they were to do a remake of an Elder Scrolls game, it would be Skyrim, not Morrowind. Okay. I'm going to indulge in a save state here for no reason. No reason. Pay no attention to that save state. Uh-huh. So apparently I can't grab them from below in this version of the game. Oh my god!
Choose a player.
I mean, okay, I'm biased here, but if you gave the decision to me, I'd do a remake, a proper remake of Morrowind before anything else. Of the Elder Scrolls games. God damn this game. You gonna pick up the rock there, Peach? There. Done with this stupid frickin' world. Hang on, I gotta fix the bot. Somebody killed the bot. I'm gonna indulge in another save state for no reason. Yes, I am not seeing what you're seeing because I'm just playing the game. I darkened it for the stream. But I'm seeing the game in 8, which is nice and bright. Which game do I think has the most drastic public change in public perception over time? Hello, Dakota. God. No! I need... And we're dead.
Choose a player.
You know, I'm actually not coming up with anything that I would consider particularly huge gap to, like, be an automatic answer. Like, there's several games over the years where, you know, perception of the game has certainly changed over time. But usually it's like a relatively smaller shift or only just within people who are already fans of the game or, you know, whatever. Hello, Zactaft. That's what I'm here for, Krunzer. To suffer for your entertainment. And yeah, that's the other thing. Public consensus or whatever is honestly kind of a myth. You kind of reach out with a net and hope for the best, right? I am sorry, Krunzer. I have immediate experience with exactly that sort of thing. I hope you have a new place, and I hope the new place is better. And thank you, Kieran Elior. I do always appreciate those subs, and I'll put that towards Chained Echoes, Kingdom Hearts Block, and Tinykin. So yeah, like, for example, let's zoom in the camera a little bit to just the Final Fantasy series and Final Fantasy fans. At every point in time in history, every single Final Fantasy game has been decried, has been the death of the series. It's all nothing. It's all garbage and junk and terrible and worthless, and nobody loves it. It's just gonna go eat worms, and that's been true for every single FF from 2 onwards. So, duh, apparently. Like, I don't actually know what else to add. Yeah, I didn't think so. I should just start using maps to get these freaking health ups. I again, Zactdrift? I mean, it's not like FF1 was actually exactly the pinnacle of anything. But yeah, no, there's definitely a bit of the good old days when it comes to Final Fantasy series and Final Fantasy fans. Like, I remember when FF8 came out and people were like, oh my god, this is garbage. Hell, I was in that camp. Oh, it actually respawned. Huh. Let's look up a friggin' map, shall we? Where is this stupid thing? Okay, that's a useless map. I like useless maps. Those are my favorite types of maps. I don't believe they do anything, but I could be wrong about that. What? Seriously? It's not even... Okay, whatever. I don't even care. I don't even care. Moving on. Moving on. Okay, sure. Now I gotta be careful, because if we go down one of those pipes, we'll accidentally warp. Well, that's the last thing we want, is to warp. Funny thing, Jurin, I remember the exact same thing about Mario 13. And by Mario 13, I of course mean Final Fantasy 13. Oh my god! Although, what would Mario 13 be? Because maybe it did actually blow me away graphically. Just have to figure out which one it was. Ah, here we go. What does diegetic mean, Noctis? cautious here because I have no health. I'm amazed I lived through that. Run. So, a map seen by the characters. I'm not sure I can even think about such a thing. Can you name an example?
Ready for you this time.
Killed her.
Player.
I've never actually played Far Cry 2.
Ready for you this time.
No, that was actually just me berserkering and hoping. If I had been slightly faster, that would actually worked out. Problem is, I'm playing as Peach, who has the slowest pickup speed by a wide margin. So anyways, that was me berserking and it working. Because Talia's Ed is literally him.
Choose a player.
For real though, I cannot think of a map in-game off the top of my head. Like, in lore, excuse me. I'm not saying that to be like, oh, I'm dumb. But, like, legitimately, I can't think of an example. Oh, I haven't played Monster Hunter World. Oh, this is gonna suck. Oh, maybe not. Oh god, no, it's the suckitude. Oh god, okay. All according to plan. I guess Fallout 3 would be an in-universe map, because Pip-Boy. Game. Yeah, and Fallout 4, and Fallout 1, and Fallout 2, and Fallout 76, Fallout New Vegas. Game? This is what the shoulder buttons do. And by buttons, I mean button. R does nothing. This is just L. Okay, so am I just stranded, game? Is that what you're telling me here? Ugh, the 5 a.m. bird's always late. Okay, let's roll with this for a minute. Ah!
Choose a player.
Cool. Die, monster. Squiggity.
Choose a player.
I believe this is considered one of the easiest stages in the game. I can kind of see why. But, like, at the same time, really?
I'm ready for you this time.
Pick up the damn thing! He's just sitting there like, I'm just gonna stand here and get hit in the face with a fireball. If that's okay with you. And I'm like, no, pick up the thing! Jesus Christ, Peach. Do your job. I'm not asking for perfection, I'm just asking you to do your job. That is unkind, game.
Choose a player.
I'm ready for you this time.
Yeah, that is a straight up gotcha. Couldn't even toss it quickly enough. Do 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 do. Well, that was a worthwhile expenditure of my time. So I could do this stage. Mood. Wait, what?
Choose a player.
Did they get rid of this? No, they didn't. That's just less forgiving than it used to be. Cool.
Choose
This is my life, Krenzler. This is my life. I think I figured out part of the problem I'm having, because I just had it twice in a row. The way the screen is scrolling is... Yep, it just did it again. The way the screen is scrolling is inconsistent with movement speed. And that is throwing me so hard. It's actually throwing off my ability to perceive where I'm jumping. When the screen's scrolling statically like this, no problems. But when it does that lurching thing, I lose position of where I'm at on the screen.
Finish you off.
Choose a player.
Like that right there, like where it's doing that kind of lurching thing. As it's trying to adjust to the fact that we're not in the middle of the screen because the screen size is so small, because it's a GBA game, and the curse of every GBA game is the screen size. What?
Choose a player.
I'm gonna make a save state for no reason. Don't mind me. I like how there's usually like a health up or a life up or something, and here there's just nothing. Yeah, that would happen too. She's gonna finish me off, X-Wildcard. Is there no hearts here?
I'm gonna finish you off.
I just...
Would you?
Or don't. That's cool too.
Choose a pretty face.
The best part is we're back here now.
Choose pretty face.
No. We should show this off. We should show this off proper like. Surely there's a mushroom here, right, game? Where's the frickin' mushroom? Why do I have to look up a goddamn map every time just to find a frickin' mushroom? I hate everything! Alright, so. Thank you, Tokyo Vampire. I don't hate you. You've been removed from hatred. For now. It's going towards Yakuza 3, Yakuza Kiwami 2, and the Alan Wake block. You got it. Thank you. Alright, so where's this goddamn mushroom? Of course, it's on the second cactus. I should have known.
Choose a pretty face.
Nothing whatsoever indicates that it's here, but you know. Whatever. Or just cool. That's great.
Choose a player.
I mean, I'd rather play this game 10 times out of 10. Act. This game will probably score better than Super Mario Bros. 1. And, it deserves to. Are you joking?
Choose a pretty face.
But... Okay. I'll take this and Lost Levels over Spiritfarer. Honestly, that's an easy pick. Sorry, I apparently misread because, you know, it's hard to pay attention right now. Whatever. Screw this level. Actually, I don't even know if we can do that trick while big. Yeah, I was gonna say, that sand trap is very quick. Look at that. I can barely get out of that. Oh, Jesus. It's hard to even control the specific jump when you get out of the trap, too. Do you like how that screen wouldn't turn to the right? Okay. Cool. Yeah, no, the camera's wrong. Like, that's the simplest word I could use to describe it. Like, sometimes it does not know where to keep us on the screen at all. And in several cases, it's literally not keeping up with position changes and movement. Like, it's getting in the way of being able to tell where I'm going and what I'm doing. That's pretty normal for the GBA, as we've already talked about. But this is above and beyond. I find myself wondering if Mario 3 on the GBA has the same problem. Or World. Or Yoshi's Island, all of which are on the GBA. What's funny is there's a relatively easy fix they could have gone for if they had just made it so that the okay, and we're just locked in and we're dead.
Choose a player.
If they had made it so that enemies did... So, what's part of the problem that's happening right now is that enemies are spawning where they should be on the NES version of the game. Or the SNES version of the game. But we can't see that because the screen's zoomed in, for lack of a better way to put that. So because of that problem... Because of that problem, enemies are active before we can see them. This guy, I swear, this guy, he's gonna kill me because I can't stop jumping, so I can't control when I come out of here. Yep, no, I knew that was gonna happen. That's impressive, honestly. That guy, that is a slow, premeditated murder, is what that was. Wow. Hi, Dream Whisperer. I can't think of a worse one, Vulgarity. Like, I can think of games that might arguably be as bad, but the unique nature of this camera situation pushes this into triple, I think. Okay. Oh, let me update the HUD. Sorry. So right now, we're at 3 pluses, 10 pluses, and 10 negatives. What's really pissing me off here, no, Grunzer, is that I feel like this game is so close to being a game I could actually enjoy. It's like inches, you know what I mean? It's like right there. Like, don't mistake me, there's still some fundamental issues that honestly probably need something along the lines of a proper remake to smooth out. But the fact that I just cannot get past this camera issue is dragging the entire experience down. This is funny. So something I've talked about recently with a friend of mine is how most people, this is true, this is a psychological thing. Most people don't think about why they like or dislike something. Now, we've talked about that recently when it comes to feedback. But the reason I bring that up now is because usually, psychologically speaking, what a person will do is if asked, why do you like blank? Like, so let's say I say, what's your favorite movie? And you'll say blank. And I'll say, okay, why do you like that movie? And what will most likely happen if you just ask someone on the street a question like that is they will think about it, latch onto whatever the first memory they have is of said film or book or game or whatever it happens to be, and then say that's the reason. Now, that's, of course, honestly kind of silly, but that's the point I'm trying to make. Most of the time, liking an entire game or disliking an entire game for one thing is crazy, right? Having said that, I want to stress that there is one thing that is absolutely ruining my enjoyment of this game, and it's the goddamn camera.
Here, have some fun.
This camera is so bad that it's ruining the entire game. Okay. Yeah, like if a game, I mean, hell, you know me and Skyward Sword. Yeah, deal breaker, exactly. There's a difference between one bad thing, or one good thing for that matter, and a deal breaker. Do you just not want me to get these? Is that what that is? Okay, yeah, because deal breakers are logical and sane and sound and good. There should be deal breakers. That makes sense. That's not actually what I'm talking about. Like the fact that my throw button just didn't work there, which is probably a glitch. Not the first time I run into it either. Midna. Yura. What the? Ah! You know, I can't help but notice this is the second time that I've been having issues with the catch grab moving things. I wonder if there's just something wrong with this version's iteration of the physics. Well, yeah, like when... I can't tell you how many games there are where I'll ask someone, why do you like this game? And they'll say, the soundtrack. And I'm like, okay. Or, it looks pretty. And I'm like, all right. I've ranted about that recently because we covered Okami. A bad game with a bad story, but it looked pretty. And yeah, Wind Waker's another big one there. I've noticed over the years, because I've listened to a lot of people talk for a very, very long time, that there's a lot of usual suspects, too, and I suspect there's a little bit of cultural drift is probably the wrong word. Emulation going on there. You know, why do you dislike Episode 1? Jar Jar! Now, you may actually dislike Episode 1 for Jar Jar, but, like, that is a debatable thing to be the reason to dislike Episode 1, you know? And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Lore, you think people don't have a right to dislike Jar Jar? No. I think most people aren't thinking about it. And are just saying Jar Jar because most people dislike Jar Jar. Therefore, they're just going with the thing that comes to their mind first. Right? Yeah, honestly, I've said this before. Jar Jar sucks. But the deal breaker for me for Episode 1 is the dialogue. I've said that multiple times. I've analyzed Episode 1. The dialogue in that movie is terrible. That's a deal breaker for me. That's what really drags that episode down into what I would consider to be a bad episode. And by episode, I mean movie. And death.
Choose a player.
Jar Jar's kind of the low-hanging fruit here, but you do get what I mean. There's a couple of, shall we say, common consensus things that tend to be repeated. Probably the first time I ever ranted about this on camera was when discussing the Hobbit trilogy. Because what's the one big thing that everyone talks about with regards to Hobbit trilogy? Is it the gross-out humor? Is it the excessive reliance on CGI that wasn't really as good as some of the practical effects they had? Was it the fact that they didn't know what to do with several of the characters? Was it the shoehorned romance? No. It's the fact that it's 3 films instead of 2 or 1. Everybody repeats that same talking point, and you get my point. Please don't shoot me, Mr. Sniffet. Please don't shoot me, Mr. Sniffet. Thank you for not shooting me, Mr. Sniffet. Oh my god, okay. I mean, no, Blade-Javal. To be very blunt, I would say that even though Jar Jar can be emblematic of the problems with Episode 1, he is one of my smallest complaints about Episode 1. And I mean that sincerely. I should know. I've analyzed the film. Now, I have never reviewed the film. Plug. I hate this screen. Let's do the scrolling thing, too. Oh, it was worth it, though. I killed one of them. I killed both of them. Okay, we're okay. Oh, he embodied... Okay, well, okay, then yeah, I can see that. And I guess my overall point here is if you actually call Jar Jar a deal breaker, that's fine. But I don't think most people do, because in my experience, most people don't even think in those terms. I had someone recently tell me that StarCraft 2 is a terrible game because it has always online. Please think about that sentence for a second. Oh, damn it, really? Alright, where is the goddamn... I'm just gonna pull up a map. I mean, you get my point, though. Like, I don't think... Like, they probably have legitimate, real reasons for disliking... for disliking StarCraft 2, and that's fine. That's not really the issue here. Doesn't even say where it is. Whatever. Oh, whatever. It's just as far down as we can... Oh, you son of a... Okay, there we go. Oh, I was gonna be mad. But you get my point, right? Like, I've seen so many times where someone just kind of gives whatever the first knee-jerk reaction they have is for disliking something, and that's it. In fact, I got another one for you. Someone mentioned how they dislike StarCraft 2 because the music didn't work right.
I'm ready for you this time.
Choose a planet.
I'm ready for you this time.
Anyways, I don't really have anything to add to that whole rant. It's just something that was on my mind because I had a couple comments this morning about that topic, so... Oh, and plus, the camera in this game is actually a deal breaker. This is a terrible freaking camera. There. Go splice up the rant in like the last 5 minutes. I'm sorry, I spaced it out. Hi, Savicom. What? What? That threw me so hard that I died. That threw me so hard, I died from it. So, I can actually tell you the rant in brief, Savicom, while I'm here. So, it boils down to the fact that most people don't put thought into why they like or dislike something. And it's a common psychological thing that most people will just kind of grab the first thing that comes to mind when they think about that thing and say, that's the reason I like / dislike this thing. And I've noticed several people will do a thing where they're like, you know, well, I don't like this game because of X, and, you know, they act like that's some big deal, and I'm just like, eh? And it's probably not actually the deal breaker for them, it's probably just the first thing that occurred to them. In fact, one of the more common things I tend to see is someone doesn't like X, Y, or Z, they don't really know how to vocalize it, so they just say no, and they give one excuse for why, because it just doesn't click with them, right? And for the record, that's fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with being like, you know, I just don't like Avatar: The Last Airbender. And here's why. Because it's anime! See how this works? God damn it. Oh, oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, hang on. Let's be nice and calm. And let's die. Okay. Actually, yes, vulgarity, to an extent. I agree with you, Savicom. But it is interesting to me how most people just don't think about it. They don't really process why they like or dislike something. But all that's a roundabout way of saying that the camera in this game is what I would actually call a deal breaker. I think I'm just going to start using that word, if that's okay, because that's a very appropriate word for this. That's a deal breaker negative. No, I hate Brother in FF10 too because he's a garbage character. I'm not a big fan of garbage characters. I know that sounds strange, but it's true. I would legitimately say that Brother is a worse character than Jar Jar. I look forward to giving him many negatives when we get there. Intend to, obviously. Yeah, let's not even get into the incest from Riku. Let's just ignore that for a second. I mean, I don't want to sound absolutely horrible about it. What are you doing, Peach? I don't want to sound as absolutely horrible about this as it probably sounds, but the fact that Brother is, like, incestying after Yuna is honestly only about half of why I hate him. He's so terrible of a character. He's loud, screeching, annoying. He has terribly written dialogue.
I'm ready for you this time.
He runs around like a maniac all the time. Like, I do not know what his motion capture actor was thinking. Brother's 10 years old. I mean, you know, that would probably make it better. Oh, the FF13 cast likable. Zaz is. No, Zaz is actually pretty awesome.
Choose a flag.
Although he does have one of the worst scenes in the game. So, make of that what you will. Cool. Okay, so that's what I mean when I say the screen scrolling problem. Like, did you see that? I legitimately had trouble seeing where I was during that little escapade just now. So this is an interesting concept. It's a maze with no timer. Yeah, there's like 3 songs in the game act. You haven't even heard the 3rd song yet, actually. Hearts refill health, mushrooms give health. Mushrooms also refill health, but you get my point. Max and base. What, the music thing, Ect? Sure, we can also give that negative to, like, Super Mario Bros. 1 for only having, like, 2 songs. Yeah, hearts... Actually, hearts are in the original. They're just extraordinarily more rare. There we go. In the original, you got a heart if you, I want to say, killed 5 enemies, like, in a row. I forget the exact requirements of that. Okay, and we're dead.
Choose a
But yes, the original is, ironically, so much worse than this game in every way other than the camera, which is hysterical. I still think this game is going to score better than the original, just because everything else is improved. But no, I'm not going to give a negative to a game for having, like, too few songs, too limited of a soundtrack.
choose a
In both cases, no, Act. The bosses are not actually identical fights, and each fight has been a slightly different encounter design, and that makes it not a negative in my book. Well, keep in mind, this is not what Mario 2 looked like, if you're not familiar with it. Oh, you son of a... Okay, just making sure. By the way, happy birthday, Yura. I'm sorry you're watching me play this garbage. Go do something actually fun with your life. Some cheesecake or something. I hear people like cheesecake. That's what the young people like these days, right? You know, they could have put more songs if they chose to. They just didn't choose to. So there's no tech limitation. God damn it! Anything. Here, I can't talk right now. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna finish you off.
Now we've got a conveyor belt. Ho, ho, ho. I mean, that's why I go to a burger place, right? Just get pizza. Now, that sounds like a joke, but I will never forget the day that I found out that Pizza Hut served burgers and fries. Because my worldview shattered on that day. I've never had one, Hero, so I have no idea. I'm going to indulge in a save state, if that's okay. I'd hate to save on literally the last level. But I'd also rather not redo this entire frickin' world. Final boss. So, I guess I should close the guessing game. Oh, stretch. Why Techno's World? Okay. That's really sad, Yura. I'll give you a second. Go get your guesses in. Get your guesses in. Get your guesses. Get your guesses here. Oh, that's even worse, Techno's World. Give me a few seconds. I see a cat who's stolen someone's bed. Few more. Just stay on target. Stay on target. Okay, let's cut it off. I think the big question here, and maybe I'm just the weirdo here, is will this game have a net positive score or not? Because it's kind of borderline right now. We still have to do the audit. Boss time.
I am the great warrior. Ha ha ha!
That's truly amazing. Yeah, or is this game Assassin's Creed Unity? And we're dead. Okay, cool. So let's go redo the entire world. Hey, YouTube.
Choose a player.
Suicide.
Choose a player.
Okay, that's a great death sound. Listen to this.
Choose a player.
The voice acting has finally redeemed itself via Toad's adorable death. Nintendo really likes adorable deaths, don't they? Maybe we need to have a chat with Nintendo. Bro, what are you doing? But why?
Choose a player. Here I come. Oh, mamma mia! Choose a player. Here we go. Ah, mamma mia! Choose a player.
And everyone's favorite death.
Choose a player. Choose a player.
I disagree with that. I should probably mention there's actually multiple routes through this dungeon. Just a little random anecdote while I go through it again. This is the route I have memorized, but it's not the only route. I don't even know if it's the easiest route, or the quickest route, or anything. I just know this is a route. It's a big dungeon. Kind of like the Grand Palace, except less, you know, frustrating. Barely. I said barely. That would be funny if you could, like, be like... God damn it, game. Like, let's see that on the instant replay. Calling it into the judges. I don't know if that qualifies as a nitpick, really, Hero. But you're right. Anybody not interested in gameplay, or not interested in story, is not going to find the golden number meaningful. And it sucks to be them. They can make their own review system. Like, I'm not actually joking. The only way I could tear out gameplay or story from the review system is to build a completely new and brand new system from scratch. No. Yep, time to re-review every game, because you're insist on a system that doesn't include gameplay and or story, which would be 2 new systems, by the way, because those would be mutually exclusive. So we have to come up with 2 new review systems. Let's do it. Okay, so I've got it. We're gonna call it the review system, okay? And the idea is to be as vague as possible about everything. So, if you like a game, it's like, yeah, that's alright. And if you really like a game, it's like, no, that's pretty cool. But if you really, really like a game, it's like, yeah, I guess. And that's the review system. So it's like, what's this game's score? This game is the best game ever made in the history of the ever. It scores, That, I hate everything about what just happened there. Yep, that's life. Nothing I can do about that. The best part... I think I have to go get the key again.
I'm gonna finish you off.
I mean, honestly, like, I guess if you want to just not care about story or gameplay, then just, you know, look at the other score. Say, alright, it got plus 15 to gameplay. There you go, boom. There's your answer. If you don't care about gameplay, then the best game we've ever reviewed is probably God of War 5. And if you don't care about story, then the best game we've ever reviewed would be... well, StarCraft 2. What was that? What was that? What are you doing, Peach? That's true. What's the highest story score? StarCraft 2. What's the highest gameplay score? StarCraft 2. So, final boss time. Again. I don't want to go down that route, Gigi's, because after all, if we're being completely honest with ourselves, this review system is geared for one person, me. It is my mentality, my weight, that goes into it. Like, if you have to review a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, and a soda, your review system, your metrics on that are going to vary, because even though you're getting the same input, how you value them is going to vary very differently based on what you value, right? So for me, the coffee would be a pretty big negative, not just because I don't like coffee, but because it has caffeine. The tea would also vary based on caffeine, and so would the soda. Caffeine gives me headaches, physical pain, precedence for negative, right? But for some people, they prefer the heat, or maybe it's a cold tea, so maybe they prefer the coffee because it's hot, but they don't like the tea because it's cold. Maybe if the tea was hot and the coffee was cold, that would be reversed. Maybe they value carbonation in their drinks. A lot of people value carbonation in their drinks, so they would value the soda regardless, because the other two just aren't carbonated. All of the facts are the same. The three drinks are the same that are on your table. But what you care about varies, and that's how the golden number system works. What I value, and I've been very honest about this many times, I value the core data, gameplay and story. I value the density, how much they'd use with their time. I also have an extra valuation based on how long you can maintain density. That's its own thing. I value the ratio, how much of your game is good versus how much of it is. And of course, I value the gap, because I prefer a game to have good story and good gameplay, not one or the other. Those are the things that I value, and therefore that's what I use to judge the golden number. Now, that's always been true. We've just gotten more accurate with the math. But you see my point, right?
I am the great Wart. Ha ha ha!
Very intimidating. Army at 1 health. Did he just say ribbit? Also, how do you like this final boss song? Being a little cautious. I can do this very quickly if I bum rush, but I only have 2 health. Functionally 1 health. So I'm being a little cautious here. Sorry. Do not feel like doing 7-2 again. It's a good stage. It's actually probably going to be positive worthy. One of our very few stage positives in this game. I forget what this guy's name is in Japanese, but yeah, it's a pun based on a sound, I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. By the way, I love the fact that the Dream Machine... Oh yeah, narratively speaking, what's happening here is Wart took over the Dream Kingdom and took over the Dream Machine, and is using it to control all the Dream people. So all those people throughout the kingdom are under his control. The original narrative idea was everybody with a mask is under his control. That's why there's so many Phanto masks in this room. The idea being that there's actually a lot of lore under this. So the original idea being that the Phanto is actually specifically the mind control device Wart is using to control the rest of the Dream Kingdom. So he, all the Shy Guys, the Sniffets, the flying dudes I can't think of the name of right now, all of those are being controlled by Phantos, which are under the control of Wart. Ugh, yeah, I know that was going to hit me. One more health. Yeah, the Dream Machine looks like it's had a day. Obviously, all of that's been thrown out the window now because Shy Guys just have masks, so that's not canon anymore. But it was an interesting idea. You'll see a bit of this in the ending because you'll see some of the enemies which look a lot like normal enemies in this game, just minus masks. This also explains what happens when we take the key and how the Phantos have been like the enforcers of his will this whole time. So the idea being that when a Phanto catches you when you steal a key, it's actually like going on your face, and what happens is you are then being mind controlled. Congrats. Now, why the Phantos work for Wart, that's a little bit more debatable, but we do have a couple of inferences that the Phantos aren't people, that they're just devices. Yep, just taking my time. There are ways to speed this up, which okay, fine. I'll speed it up a little bit. If I get hit here, Be it on your head. Ribbit, as they say. Oh, the range on that damn bubbles. Listen, I know you're complaining. It's okay, Taliesin, I understand. I know I'm boring. You have to tell me. I understand. I understand. Anyway, so yes, this is the Dream Machine, which used to be a benevolent device in order to help the dream people like take care of and run their dreams and develop dreams for stuff and blah blah. But at the moment, it's been converted into the Nightmare Machine. So that's why it's shooting out vegetables, because for whatever frickin' reason, Wart hates vegetables. I don't know. I don't know. It's probably some kind of Japanese folklore thing. Like the demon that hates veggies. I don't know. Eat your veggies, kid, or Wart will get you. God damn it. Half a second too early. Gotta start over from the beginning. I hate this goddamn fight. Oh, come on! So, I think I've discovered something, and by discovered I mean I think I can officially say at this point, because I never have trouble doing the thing where you jump up to catch something in midair in the NES version or the SNES version. So something is wrong with this version's physics, for lack of a better way to call it. Because on the you remember this, in every Mouser fight I've had this issue, where you have to grab the bombs from midair and then throw them back at him. And I had this issue with Claw Grip, too, where the only method of attacking him is to grab the stones he throws at you and throw back at him. So, yeah, I am... something be wrong with the game, yo. And I know this because, again, I played the SNES version just last night. You know what's funny is anytime I'd play this game and die at the final boss, I usually just put the game down. It's like, yep, okay, I'm good. After the first time beating it, obviously. The first time you want to beat the game, but in future replays, it's like, yeah. My favorite part about this terrible boss fight, which is absolutely getting a negative, is that his bubbles destroy the very things that you have to throw into his mouth. And the bubbles come from his mouth. It's like they were just thinking, like, how do we make this take a few extra minutes longer? We just want to elongate this just a little bit longer. That's how you drag out a game's runtime. Any questions? Maybe like 2 hits or 3 or instead of like 6 or whatever it actually is. But yeah, it wouldn't be a positive, no. But it would probably not be a negative. Like this is not what I would call engaging boss design. So, this is your birthday present, Yura.
No!
Happy birthday. Yeah, I think Peach was our MVP there. So I mentioned there was one last song in the game. It's probably the most memorable one. Yeah, my favorite thing about all this is that you could naturally interpret this as it was all just a dream, which is probably the intent. But it's not that hard to assume that this is another recreation, which the Mario series likes to do. In fact, the next Mario game is a recreation game. So, Mario dreaming about the adventures he actually had isn't really that out of bounds. Yep. Mario 2 predicted tweeter. No, I do not, Vulgarity. I know, right? Federation Builder. Like, imagine they're like, I had that dream too. Oh my god. Little did they know. That would have been a cool change, Hero. I would have liked that. Alas, we are not meant for good things in our lives. So I have some Mario 2 music while I do some auditing. So really quick, Super Mario Bros. 2 scored a, someone write this down, 4.04 golden number. The original, the NES version. 4.04. Jesus. So, yeah, no, Peach is sharing it with Bowser, because of course, you know, that would be the kind of friendship they have. Oh my god, Little Billy. I didn't even mean that. I'm sorry. Oh. Shoot. Actually, no, that's not Mario Bros. 2 score. I just realized that. Give me a minute. Yes, Walker. Well, it changes the golden number, not the core data. OBS. What is Mario lore? Mario Lore, maybe? Pretty much, yeah, Vulgarity. Most of the middle of the pack hasn't really moved. Like, the number has changed, but most games' position hasn't changed. Or if it has, it's only changed by, like, 1 or 2 up or down. The removal of the logarithmic curve helped smooth things out a lot, but that's it. That sounds like something I would have no interest in, Federation Builder, but very interesting regardless. I'm assuming you have seen this series. Hey, random. Doing the audit really quick. You know, if you asked me once upon a time, I would say this game would absolutely get a positive to replayability. You know, when I was a kid, and when I sat down to play an NES game, of the 3 Marios, the one I would be most likely to replay would be 2. Because it's bite-sized. 2's a short game. Like, even if you don't use warps. She's a political mastermind who is stupid. Yeah, it tracks. Up. We don't want that next song. Everything. Okay, so hang on. Yep, that's what I thought. I do apologize. I gotta go fix something. I was about ready to announce the golden number, but hang on. Pause. Get some elevator music going. I don't actually have any. What would be a good elevator music song? I don't know. And just thinking about it is slowing me down. Making this take even longer. Here. Okay, so good news. I can tell you the new golden number for Super Mario Bros. 2 right now off the top of my head. And you know there's only one circumstance in which that's true. Hang on. That's not the score for Super Mario Bros. Advance. It's the version we just played. Give me 1 second. Magic, legible. There were 2 negatives we did not give the original we should have. That's it. If you remember every other previous thing where we've done like a not quite audit, we've had a similar situation where we've changed the score very slightly, and losing 2 positives on the gameplay axis is what I would qualify as very slight. Oh, by the way, we just beat this game without cheats. I know, nobody cares. Like, nobody's impressed by that. But, you know. I'll take it. Wait, no, that's the PlayStation. That's true, Mr. Red. I love it. This is a 2-day game, which is only 3.65 hours long, because I got interrupted last night. Still not 100% sure what I'm going to do about it. Alright, so this was... Let's punch in some numbers. A 3.65 hour game with +4 to story and -2 to gameplay. Perfect, Walker. Then that's working exactly how it should be. So, what you may not know is that every single individual page on both the website and the sheets has to be updated manually. Now, that should answer you. But that's why. Because not every single individual page has been updated. Only a couple of them have been. Oops, sorry. I hit the minus button there. Ahem. Yeah, no, the review list will be updated dead last, because it's easiest to do that all in one bundle, and I don't want to do that until everything else is lined up and good to go. I still need to do my final polishing pass of quadruple checking everything, which is part of something that's going to happen during the medium dark. So, that was a -2 and a +4. That's hysterical. Yeah, so, that actually makes sense. +4 to story, that's 100% ratio, and 1 positive per hour. It's pretty good. 2 negatives to gameplay, that's a 45% ratio, and about half a negative per hour, which is not great, giving us a final golden number of 3.91. Which means looks like Wildcards wins. So we'll have to have a long talk with Wildcard about the nature of Wildcard's win there. Very, very long talk with Wildcard. Unfortunately, it looks like Wildcard isn't here right now. That sucks. Okay. So I'll jot that down in the... We'll get back to that. Oh, there you are, Wildcard. So, Wildcard, you decided to put your win towards the Lost Levels, which we just played and beat yesterday. Also, you can pick up to 3 things, not just 1. So please feel free to... No, so what you put there is, if you win, you get to put interest towards upcoming streams. You know, it's like a prize. So you get to pick 3 things. So monoblock is one of them. No problem. Whoops. I'll go ahead and update that here. Yeah, I was going to say, we're going to have a long talk if you want me to play Lost Levels again. Because the answer is no. Alright. I'll be watching chat. Feel free to decide if you want to put 2 other things wildcard. Either way, I have to chop off because I got some paperwork to do. But next, you know, honestly, just for fun, just to be thorough, I think I know what we're going to stream next for the rest of the day.